Hello, Polytopians, and welcome back for the third part of our epic mods versus gamekeepers game. We're picking back up where we left off with E-Spark going hard against Gradok at this stage. Momo's kind of breaking down, and well, we can see the writing on the wall. So we're gonna keep rolling from here on out. We might do a little skipping around just to keep the rest of this replay at a reasonable time frame. Of course, right now we can see Mars has got those tridents going hard against Santoku, and things are just not going well in the north, unfortunately. Not enough space to survive, not enough room to really make a difference here when he's being double teamed by two opponents who have more cities and more eco at this stage. And of course, we can see E-Spark down here taking Yin's capital with that giant that we were calling out earlier, and Yin's just not really capable of doing too much to hold back against that front. Pan down here in the south is busy working up more embassies to boost his income up. He's at 42 stars per turn now, and going to be using that to get knights so we can actually get into the fight actively, since I'll be taking Tune In and some more of these further forward cities. I've got a lot going on with my centipedes. Of course, that one unfortunately wound up being a bit sacrificial, but it was important to make sure I could take Tune In, and I'm not going to be lacking for any centipedes moving forward. Gradok, on the other hand, has got to desperately just fight as hard as he can to not just build up his eco, but hold the rest of us back. He's 70 stars per turn right now, which is pretty solid. Can't complain, but
he's certainly on the losing side. He's not going to have a good time, but we could definitely see some epic defenses here and some very good encounters depending on how these pushes are made.
Yes, and I mean, one thing those Gamis will do is expand the ice, give them extra stars, make it harder for E-Spark to navigate around with her battleships, and hopefully get up and start freezing some ice centipedes or something. Mind you, that probably isn't going to make a huge difference. I'm getting that first cloak off, and this is a bigger city to hit with. I got a lot of daggers out here, so those are going to keep Gradok very busy. Won't be getting those Gamis down to oppose me. And of course, I'm here to help wipe out the Gami, make sure E-Spark can take Marumus back, and I want to keep pushing forward north. I got a lot of boosted Dumux coming up too, and this Dumux next turn will be claiming this city, meaning I have literally forward settled all of the southern stuff that Yin was ignoring. I can see his borders here. And Yin's throwing everything he's got into trying to knock out that giant, but he didn't shoot it earlier, so it's at 9 health, and he's going to lose his capital. Well, as we mentioned, Yin can now see I'm also in the south coming for him, which is
he's
not
still not
thing.
going back fast enough for that back city. Interesting getting a port. Maybe he'll try and contest it, that single sea for a while. It is interesting that it's only now that Esparky is really ramping up naval production. You see 3 ports being filled all the time, and they're being turned into ships. Before now, we've had a bit of naval stuff going on, but this is a full commitment now. And
I mean, I think the big reason is we've got those customs house complexes coming up online at full speed with the 60 stars. Less to invest in. She doesn't have forestry to my knowledge, so I don't believe she can clear that one lumber or that one patch of forest that's blocking another good port placement. But at this point, we're really running on with the income anyways. Of
course, some dangerous plays from Boko there with those catapults, but I don't think Santoku could take advantage. Let's see if he does.
Unfortunately, I don't think so. That dragon
is bold, I must say. That is not 2 health. Oh,
yeah.
I wonder if he's using his calculator here, or if he's not spending too much time, or if.
Yeah, no, it's a good question, and that chain from Tan was amazing, very devastating. Of course, Gradok at this point is going to be switching over to swords and buffer, beefier things to throw into the front lines with his Gamis. And he's moving this Gami over here to try and contest Boko, because Boko's going to be a problem moving forward, especially with Santoku crumbling. Unfortunately, Gradok,
if he'd been there a turn or two earlier, you could definitely see Boko losing a city, but Santoku's just in no place to do anything now.
Yeah,
he's pretty much surrounded.
Yeah, if he'd only taken these cities, it's this city right here could have made all the
Oh,
difference. Yeah.
or even the one before it, and then to bounce from it. It was like I I don't know what to say. It's unpredictable. I don't know what he was going for. If he was trying to, maybe he wanted Grad to see him. He came down 2 tiles for that. Then he didn't know what to do. I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, it's a good question because it certainly didn't work out the way it intended.
It's a shame we've not got him here to
Get that
find that one
POV.
out.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm certainly curious too. And I mean, things are going the same as they always do. I'm gonna get an explorer here so I can see what Yin's up to. There's still another set of empty cities here I can go and claim, which I'm going to, and there's nothing Yin can do. I've got a Dumux, he's got a warrior. This is my city.
Yeah, he could still give you a take your Dumux out with the catapult if he wanted to, but
He's got East Park right here.
yes, but well, capital is going down. It might be the other one going down with that warrior too, because it depends where those catapults are.
Very true, very true. Man, on my front, I'm doing my best to just shoot out a bunch of centipedes. What did I end that turn on?
Should we turn off fog at this point?
Yeah, how do we turn off fog?
If you just click on the top left and then disable fog.
Oh, lovely. Well, that's you learn something new every day, Polytopia. Hopefully that's useful for you guys. Yeah, wow, this is a lot
It's
more
much
useful.
nicer, isn't it? Early game, you do want to be seeing that, but oh, it looks nice.
Yes, yeah. Well, we can see Graddock really only has the 2 villages to get left. He can totally take this, so I don't think Boko can contest him on that right now. But we do have Eastpark.
I'd agree with that, but whether he wants to, what's the health on that? He's got the catapult
22.
lined up, 22.
Oh, and 1 health on that cat.
Hmm.
So I might be able to get through without too much.
I mean, it depends if that dragon, if that turns into a baby dragon there, you'll have 2 shots. Yeah, I don't think he'd be able to do it.
Yeah.
His best move would probably. Oh, no, catapult just went down.
Yeah, so he totally could take it. Santoku's here to help. Well, it might be more helpful to freeze.
To move forward and make the dragon run away, and possibly take that city because
now he's taking it.
Well, he could use the boat if he upgraded that boat. Be an expensive play though.
Yes,
but the turn order. Oh, he didn't go for it.
No. Alas, up in the north, we can see Mars and Boko are ripping Santoku to shreds. He's just got the 1 city left now.
So he's got his 1 on the left still from his runaway warrior. But I don't.
Well, at least he's not alone anymore.
Roma's been split in 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe we're about to see reverse in the Eastern Empire will be falling first.
I'm surprised we haven't seen Marcy's goes. I suppose there's not much point going to Yin until you need to, but
yeah. Yeah, at this point, I can give a little perspective from internal conversation on the team. And, well, that's basically it. We realized there wasn't much point in going too hard on what Yin was up to when we needed to make sure Santoku was out first. And then, well, Eastpark was ready to help with Yin too. Although, interestingly enough, Yin did manage to get his city back. So,
yes, he hasn't lost either of them, which is nice to hold on there.
Yes, actually, I'm a little curious now. So I'm going to take a little peek sees. Yin is a bot by this point, which is why he's playing this well.
Not that well, considering what he just did with his catapult there.
No, not at all.
But
I've got that hexapod in range, so this is a very dead warrior. This will be my city after I take this, of course, but I'm not going to let him take that. And we've got Eastpark on the bombard. Again, this was Eastpark and I racing each other to see if we can eat up Yin's empire faster and Graddock's empire faster. I'm having a little more luck here, and as I take more of these cities, that gives me more frontline Dumux production to then use to take over more of Graddock's stuff.
Yeah, that's a lot of ships now from Sparky, and not taking good encounters, particularly troop per troop, but doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't really make a huge difference. I mean, these tridents are really ripping Santoku apart up there. And I mean, Mars is finally switching down to a focus on Yin as well. So I think
Hmm. Obviously, that the defense with the oof,
yeah, did you just see that? Wow,
yes,
that was nearly every tech. I guess it makes sense. Tan's kind of isolated down here. He wanted everything.
all at once though. Um,
Yeah, Gradoc's definitely taking him some big hits, down to only 55 stars per turn, which is not good because, I mean, some of your rivals, Boko's at 71 stars per turn right now, and certainly is now being freed up to reorient down towards the south.
it is to be said that with a lot of these games, I'll find that the winning team will sometimes say somewhere along the line, we've won, we're going to keep playing. And when they're all dead, we'll turn on each other and
Mm.
have sort of a second game. But you can see it sort of hasn't happened by how everyone's playing here, because it does change the play of the players a lot to have quite a lot of home defenses, and it leaves the enemy team alive for quite a lot longer.
Very true, very true. And yeah, you can tell this we discussed in advance and we all opted to just resign. I think I wound up giving this game to Boko. He played super well, so I figured it was rightfully earned. You can see on this front up here, there's just not a lot Radok can do. I'm at 101 stars per turn at the moment in game, and I'm just getting Raichi out. Now, can't really use them here, but I can start using them against Yin. At least I'm going to try. Uh,
Hmm. If I had to give a best player in this game, though, I think I'd have to hand it to Graddock.
oh, yeah.
Brilliant boom, tried a good defense, didn't work, took a city and sort of one off Esparky, had a good spawn by having all that space. So I suppose that's perhaps not fair, but without embassies or any of those things, still has held on quite late.
Oh yes, yeah. Griddock was definitely your team's anchor, and I mean, it wasn't a fair setup. He was outnumbered once Dastig was gone, and Yin wasn't particularly impactful, unfortunately, in this particular round, and that really just did leave you and Santoku as sort of the sub team, or sorry, Griddock as a sort of the sub team, and I mean, at the end of the day, it really was all on Griddock to try and hold all of us back.
Mm. Santoku on his own in the north couldn't do much together, and with your joint attack and my
Really, yeah, that was the
yeah,
real deal breaker for you guys because, like, I could just sit here industrial boost with only top notch units that wouldn't take damage and would get in range in a devastating manner. And I mean, there just wasn't really much to do. I don't even need roads to be as effective as this. I can hop over the mountains that some of these other tribes are going to be occluded by. That certainly wasn't helping. And I mean, eSpark being able to finally turn around and leverage her increased income, 74 stars per turn with all these customs houses she's getting up here. It just doesn't bode well on either front, that's for sure.
mm.
Yep. Yeah. No.
Should we zoom in a little bit on the left and see what's going on then with
Griddock.
defensive abilities? Let's see.
Uh, so quite a bit of rush spam, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Uh, now I'm
I
in remote
suppose there's
and
not a lot of point in tactically working out your best positions and KD ratios for your troops when you're outnumbering your opponent so heavily.
yeah. Yeah, at this point I can and certainly afford to throw away segments and Dumux as need be. And of course, I've got 1,000,001 cloaks. I was trying to send through this road network to get into the back lines. I've got a couple over here, but Griddock knows they're here.
Cloaks being they are incredibly weak, even being sort of one shot by like low health warriors, and so you really I'm not. Can you see them with just warriors in this game, or did you need something more than that? I'm not sure.
Oh, this might have been pre that update. They might not have known I was
Hmm.
there, and well, either way around, East Park
Without
made
that,
sure.
without that part, you can get some sneaky ones through.
Yeah. Especially with boosted cloaks, nobody's expecting
Yes,
to be.
yes.
Yeah.
Which is with boosted cloaks, it's just a unit that is the same as everyone else's units, but just better. Um,
Yes.
because they've changed sort of every other. I feel like they sort of made Clemente around the shaman in a lot of ways.
Yes.
With they had to change every or almost every unit because otherwise you cannot have boost.
Right. Right. You
You
can't
can't
make.
have knight and boost. It just wouldn't work.
No, totally. And that's another reason I think they made sure Simanti was slow. Even with the boost, you can't catch up to folks with roads, which is, I think, a very important part of balancing the tribe. Well, at this point, we can see Gradok's truly at wit's end. His Gamis are dead. He's starting to make ice fortresses, which is not a good sign. This city's fallen, and this city's fallen to Mars. So it's just Yin in the corner, who has every single city sieged by us. I mean,
yeah, all on one turn. He's held off all now, and now everything falls at once.
yeah, yeah, it's just how it goes sometimes, right?
I will say with Yin, it is a bit sad that he never, I think, got a single successful cloak when that was his whole plan. But yeah,
yeah. At the very least, if he's going to try and do cloaks, I mean, yeah, and yeah,
don't
is
rush
what it is.
cloaks without embassies. Just don't rush cloaks. Really, I
Yeah,
mean,
at
not
least
as
get roads.
well. Yeah, in this, I thought it was roads. He just needed to take other cities and then rush cloaks. Like turn 10, turn 11, trying it on turn 4. No.
No, yeah, that really, really backfired. Oh, by the way, I'm up at 133 stars per turn. I
Oof.
literally took the yen part of this. See how much income I can make. Let's see what I get up to. 139. Not too terrible.
Very
Then,
nice. Very...
yeah. All right. We can do the old skippy through a couple of turns. Let's see. I think by this stage in the game, yeah, the Eastpark and I are rushing to the conclusion of this fight, but I'm also starting to explore across the map and station units around for Boko and Eastpark in case they decide they want to fight me. Never happened though.
Got some interesting. I've been playing some interesting games with income, where we get a 10 income in the first about 5 or 6 turns with 3 cities, all with workshops. Skip, and then you skip to 1,000 income, which
Wow.
is a T100 1,000 income, and goes straight into late game with no cities, and it's a very interesting rush with every city pumping about 5 giants.
Very interesting.
Yes.
Well, that gets quite crazy. I guess at this last turn here, I'm just curious where our team netted out, those who survived, anyways. So Boko is sitting here on 440 stars and 93 stars per turn. At the end of the game here, I am sitting on 4 stars, but 203 stars per turn. And
Yep.
I was putting down a lot of Clathruses. And these sparks over here at 116 and 98 stars per turn. So
they're not as good though as trading posts, of course, are they?
no, God, no, nowhere near as good as customs houses. But
So it's interesting. I suppose you took most of the cities.
yep. And then I
Yeah.
started putting down Clathruses in every city I took and completely surrounding them. So this is still 8 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 6 stars there. A lot of these are built on each other. So I did manage to weasel my way up a couple extra stars there. But yeah, really is just I ate up the whole map. We actually had one single city left free. That one city of Gradok found. Did manage to sit on it, but yeah. And well, that, folks, is one insane fun game. Momo, thank you for hopping on for some co-hosting, some perspective on what happened on the other team here.
Yeah, it was very good.
Yes.
Uh, and next time we need better team coordination, and Dastig needs better luck.
Yeah.
I need less Aquarion, and don't deals from Tan.
Yeah, those don't tend to work out, especially in a big team game, because while Tan might go through with it, I'm not gonna let him. Well, uh let's wrap this one up, and well, until next time, Polytopians, we'll see you.